It's new map day on Zwift. What a time to be alive. Zwift has been trailing this one for a little while now, and today if you update Zwift you'll get the new map. And what is the new map? Well, let me read out the press release to you. Zwift has today opened its latest virtual travel destination, Makuri Islands. Makuri Islands is an entirely new Zwift world, primed for future expansion. The first map within Makuri Islands will be Yumezi, a fantastical countryside destination inspired by Japanese culture. The spirit of an ancient land is calling. Yumezi's tranquil forests have been still and quiet for years, but from today a new energy will be felt as its roads and gravel trails will be open to Zwifters for exploration by bike or by foot. Yumezi means path to dreams. Yumezi is a Japanese haiku-inspired name, with its two characters taken from a poem by renowned Meiji-era poet Shiki Masaoka. Yumezi boasts a wide variety of road types, from tight, flat, winding roads ideal for fast racers to dirt roads and cobbled market streets. Zwifters exploring the new map will discover lush green fields, ginkgo forest bristling with life, and mystical creatures, cherry blossom trees, gushing waterfalls, and ancient temples. This new map really is one for the senses, so why not hide your display for the first ride and soak in the scenery? That's what they say about it. So what can we learn from that? Well, obviously Makuri Islands is it's not a new Watopia, but it's a new thing like Watopia, so it's imaginary places and it's primed for future expansion, which means they're going to be building this map out. That does rather beg the question, why haven't they just tagged this onto Watopia? And I don't know the answer to that question. It might be that there's some technological limitation which means they can't do some of the things that they're doing in this map in Watopia, or it might just mean that they want another map to play with. I don't know. But anyway, this is the start of something that's going to expand and it's going to move across islands. Presumably they're going to build in different kind of worlds with different cultures along the way. I don't know. We'll see. Now we got a bit of a pre-launch sneak peek at Yumezi, and I've been riding around it. And as you can see from this, I did a ride that was about an hour and I did most of the map. So I did the main two climbs and I did quite a lot of the other roads as well in just over an hour. What do they say about it? They say it features 8 new routes across 53 miles of new roads. It doesn't feel like 53 miles and I'm not sure that's right, but we'll see. So what do you get on this map? Well, obviously you get a lot of Japanese inspired imagery. There are temples and shrines and floating jack-o'-lantern things and foxes and waterfalls and mills and wooden walkways, that kind of stuff, and it's very pretty. In terms of the actual riding, there's quite a lot of tarmac and quite a lot of dirt and quite a lot of wooden walkways, so those are your 3 main types of surface. The main climb is just a dirt climb, so there isn't a really big tarmac climb on this map yet. Maybe one will come in a future expansion. The climb itself, for me as a mid-category B rider, it's about 6.5 minutes. So not a very long climb. If it reminds me of anything, it reminds me of one of the climbs in the jungle circuit. The other climb is in the castle village and it's about 800 or 900 meters, about 3 or 4%. So not an especially difficult climb, but want to test the legs if you're doing it in a race. Around the outside of the map, it's tarmac roads and it's reasonably flat and rolling. So if it's like anything, it's like the RGV loop on the France map. So plenty of time to roll along on the flat, look at the scenery, unless you're doing it as a team time trial, of course. There's quite a few cut-throughs and quite a few loops on the map, which means there's quite a few options for different routes for riding around and for racing. So we'll see when events start happening what kind of routes are available for those. Okay, let's look through the routes. First one is the Chain Chomper. That's 13.6k, 184 meters of elevation. That includes both of the KOMs, so the Castle KOM and the Dirt KOM, and it tests a sprint in there as well. Countryside Tour is the second one. That's 15.9 kilometers and 185 meters of elevation. Now that's basically the rolling roads around the outside of the loop on tarmac with the dirt climb thrown in as well. The Flatland Loop is 13 kilometers, 99 meters of elevation, and that's basically the same, except you don't do the dirt climb, you just stay on the tarmac roads. Then we've got a few shorter ones. There's Kappa Quest. This scenic loop is filled with temples and shrines. Basically it goes up the dirt climb and around some dirt roads. It's mostly a dirt loop, that one. Sea to Tree is a very short, challenging climb from the peaceful fishing village. Basically it just goes up the big hill. Spirit Forest is a figure of 8 that goes up, starts at the top of the hill, goes down, does a figure of 8 and then back up again. And then to cap it off, there are 2 village loops. There's a 3 village loop and a 2 village loop, and you can probably guess how many villages those go through. Now in terms of racing, there's a few things that will definitely happen and some that might. One of the things that will definitely happen is there will be some kind of crit race circuit around the castle. It's very much set up for that. There's a start pen nearby, there's that 800 or 900 meter climb, and then there's like a 4 kilometer loop that goes through a sprint banner and a KOM banner, so 2 chances for a power up each lap, and the lap is about 4 kilometers. So quite a tough lap that will be for a mid-category rider like me. I think I might get spat out on that climb somewhere in the middle of the race. In terms of its difficulty, probably it's somewhere between the Volcano Circuit, which is kind of a similar length but doesn't have as much climbing in it, and then something like the Innsbruck Ring, which has a harder climb in it but a lot more flat for recovery. There's not so much flat for recovery on this loop, so you're going up for a quarter of it, then you're going downhill for a little bit more than a quarter of it probably, and then recovering on the flat when you can. Also, there will definitely be events that go round the longer loops, so that will be the loop around the outside, which is the Flatland Loop. That'll be good for a team time trial, for instance. And the Countryside Tour that includes the dirt climb is probably a good one for a longer lap race. There's a couple of other oddities in the map. So there's another village called Onsen Village that has a small loop going around it. So there's a road through the middle and then there's a road around the outside. Looks like it might be set up to do some kind of crit racing, but on the other hand, it's quite a flat loop and also a very short one, only about just over 1 kilometer. And there are no opportunities for a power up that I can see on that loop. So looks like probably it won't be, and you can just ride around it for fun. So does this offer anything that Watopia doesn't offer? Well, not really in terms of the riding that's available. Most of the loops you can do here, you can replicate more or less on one of the Watopian roads. There's nothing particularly that stands out as new or special, but you know, it's another place to ride and the scenery's nice. If you're living in the UK like we are, you know, it's nice to ride on the left-hand side for a change, and it's always nice to ride somewhere new, so that's all good. So that's our experience of riding around Yumezi in the Makuri Islands. Let us know how you get on in the comments below. Do you enjoy it? Is it something new? Let us know. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, and you can hit the bell icon to get notified when we make new ones. Thanks for watching.